Hi, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be demonstrating how to knit this gorgeous baby blanket that I have knit. It's a lovely tutorial and I hope you will enjoy it. It starts from here, from corner to corner, and you increase from both sides, and then you knit all the way, and you knit the edges as you go. And when you come here on the half, you start to decrease. And when you start to decrease, this is how it becomes. It becomes a baby blanket, a square baby blanket. And this is how it looks like. Okay, so let's get started. For this tutorial, I will be using this yarn. It's called the Lion Brand yarn. It's a Pound of Love. It's ivory color or cream color. And the recommendation needle is US 8 5mm needles. Or if you're using crochet hooks, it's a 6mm J or 10 US. And it's called medium 4-ply. It's very nice. It's 100% acrylic. Okay, the reason I use acrylic is the yarn is cheaper for price-wise, and people like to put it in a washer machine washable and dryable. And I sell these on my Etsy, so the prices are reasonable than compared to other yarns that I use, luxurious yarns. It says here, make sure to match dye of lot number. Yeah, because even when you buy the yarn, it doesn't match the color because of the lot is different. And this yarn is Lion Brand, and this yarn is made in Turkey. And the yarn, let me get a closer look. It's called Antique White, which is slash ivory or cream. It's 099 and lot 57062 with 5530. The reason I'm focusing on the yarn is I get questions a lot, so I'm focusing on it before I start. You can use any yarn you want to knit this blanket. Okay, and the reason I picked this because it's about a half a kilogram, 454 gram. You need lots of yarn to knit a baby blanket, and it's 16 ounces. Okay, so let's get started on how to knit this gorgeous baby blanket. Well, I'm not knitting this. That's crocheted meanwhile. So I'm just using this yarn, and it's a huge yarn. To start the blanket, you need to cast on total of 2 stitches. This 2 stitches will be the border of the baby blanket. So what you need to do is you just need to knit about 4 rows. So just knit. This would be 1. And you can sew this, weave this later. This would be 2, row 2, row 3, and row 4. I'm just gonna see. I don't think this is not long enough, So I'm just going to continue knitting maybe 2 more rows and we'll see. Thought 4 rows would do the trick, but unfortunately I think 6 is gonna, yeah. Okay, so after knitting the 6th row, we're going to start increasing. To increase, I'm going to knit another 2 more rows. I think this is not enough. So 6, 7, and then 8. Okay, this will do the trick. Okay, so we need to cast on total of 5 stitches. So just twist it, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're just going to knit these stitches. Just knit them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to knit these together so there won't be a gap between. And I'm going to increase 1. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So this would be the second fridge border. And when we turn our work, we're going to be casting on total of 5, 6 stitches, because I'm going to knit these together, so I don't want a gap between. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're going to knit these two together. We're going to knit all the way. We were supposed to be increasing here. So I'm going to cast on another one. Yeah, I was supposed to increase here. Here. Two, 4, 5. I think that would be too long. Just make another one. So 5, 6, 2, 4, 6. Okay. So just knit these stitches. Oh, my thing. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to yarn over here because I want to knit these two together. These are tight. that yarn over, so I'll just knit this one instead of making a yarn over. So just knit all the way and we'll try to fix it. Let's see if we can. Okay. So far this is how it looks like. Yeah, there's no gap, that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna bind off the first 5 stitches. Got tangled here. Okay. So what you can do is I knit these 2 together. Well, let me do it this way. It's hard to show it on the camera. Okay, so knit these two together and slide that stitch there. Knit these 2 together. So we're making the border as we knit along. End results are always nice. Okay. So 2, 4, 5. Should have 3 stitches in the middle. Okay. Okay, so this is the 5th one. And this is how it looks like. So we're going to cast on 4 stitches, or you can do this way as well if you feel it's uncomfortable. Here's another method of increasing, casting on 2, 3, 4. And 1 more. So knit these. Yarn over. 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Yarn over and knit this all the way to the end. Okay, so we're going to bind off these 4 stitches. Knit 2 together. Slide the stitch to the needle and knit 2 together. Knit 2 together. So this is how it looks like. And then 1 more, knit 2 together. And we're going to be binding 4 more stitches as we did the same on the other side. So this is how it's going to be increasing. And while we're knitting the blanket, we're going to be making the border at the same time. So you don't have to worry about making the border later on. It will be done all together. So 4 and then 1 more. And then we're going to knit. I hope you're not hearing that. Just a car pulled. People are so ignorant, I do apologize. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're going to be, this is the back of the work, so we're just going to continue knitting all the way. And when you're finished knitting, we're going to be binding off. Okay, so this is how it looks like so far. This is the middle, and these are the two, and we're going to bind off. And when you're on the front of the work, don't forget to yarn over after the 5th stitch. So continue knitting this for a couple of rows, and don't forget to bind off every time you come back to create the border. I would say continue knitting until you have a total of 9 purl stitches here. And then we will start with the other technique, trying to make the squares. I have knitted, and I have total of 37 stitches on my needle right now. 5 here, 5 here. Okay, so we're going to be doing the squares in the middle now. 1 knit, 1 purl, and I will be showing you the trick to show off the 1 knit, 1 purl. Okay, so while knitting, I figured out how to bind off using the like you're knitting 2 together, and then putting the needle back, putting the stitch back to the needle, knit 2 together instead of doing the purl. I think this is more better than knitting, purling 2 together on the front. Okay, so we have cast off, we bind off total of 3 and then 4. And then I'm going to be casting on this way, knitting and putting it back, knitting and putting it back, knitting and putting it back, 4 and 1 more. And then when you put it back, you knit that stitch. It's like binding off, repeating. Yeah. Okay, so 4 and the 5th stitch, we're going to yarn over and knit the 3. Okay, 2 and 3. Now here we're going to start total of 11 stitches. So we did a knit. I'm going to do a purl, 1, knit, 2 stitch, purl, 3, knit, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So this is how it will look like. This is the front of the work. You can always check if this where we binded 2 stitches, if this is on your left side of, then it's the front, or when we do the yarn over, you know that it's the front, just to give you a couple of tricks. So we did a purl We're going to knit the 3 stitches, just a regular knit. And you should have a total of 5. We're going to do a yarn over. We're always increasing because it's a blanket. We're going to be increasing. It's like a V. So this is the corner. This will be one corner of the blanket. So just knit these remaining 5 stitches. And we're going to turn our work. And we're going to bind off those 4 stitches. And then we're going to cast on again as we did. So knit these 2 together. 2, 3, and then 4. Put that needle stitch back to the needle, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna make 4 more stitches. You just put it back. 3, 4 stitches, and then the 5th. And when you put that back, you're gonna knit those 5 stitches. Okay, we're done this part. Now we're in the middle. We're gonna knit, so 1, 2, 3. We increased 1, so we should have 4. Okay, now we're here. What we're going to do is, this is a knit stitch. So we're going to go in the middle, below. We're not knitting the stitch. We're going to go in the middle and knit that stitch. And let the stitch go. And we're going to do a purl. And we're going to go in the middle between the knit stitch and knit that stitch. So we're just letting go. It won't unravel, so don't worry about it. Just pull it nicely. Purl 1, knit 1 in the middle between these 2, the V's. Purl 1. Yeah, you can see it's like a V here, so go in between, knit that and pull it in between. Purl 1. Again. I saw this, I think it was 2 years ago. I saw this on Facebook on one of the groups. It was a Turkish lady. Okay, so I did the purl. I'm going to do the knit. And we're back. We're back to the purl stitches, well, which we're knitting all the way. So 3, and then this would be the 4th. And we're doing the border, the edge. These are the edge. Okay, so I'm going to be binding off. So we're going to be, let me just bind off this, show you one more time, and you can go ahead and knit. This is more suitable for this blanket. This, just knit 2 together, 2 stitches together. Put the stitch back to the needle, knit 2 together, put the stitch back to the needle, knit 2 together, put it back, and this would be the last one. We put it back, and then we cast on 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th, and we knit these 5 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the front of the work. We're going to be doing a yarn over, and we're going to knit those 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4. Oops. What did we do wrong? Something we did wrong. Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. This is supposed to be a kind of, let me count. So we have this is supposed to be a, this was supposed to be a knit. Okay, let me go back here. So there's supposed to be a total of 11 stitches. I'm just going to count it. Yeah, we shouldn't put a marker because it does get confusing. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I don't know what happened here. This is supposed to be a... This stitch looked weird to me. Anyways, let's fix it. Okay. So we fix this stitch. And we're going to knit that one. We're going to purl. So we're going to be increasing, and we should have total of 11 stitches here to create the square. So you need to knit a few rows. Just gonna continue knitting. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we go in the middle. We don't knit that. We knit it like this. Purl and knit in the middle. Purl, knit in the middle. Purl, knit in the middle. Purl, knit in the middle. And purl, and we knit the remaining, what we see. 2, 4, 5. And this is the front of the work, so we do a yarn over and knit the remaining. So continue knitting a couple of more roses, and I will meet you up. You need to knit 11 rows, I think. Yeah, 11 to create the square. And we're going to change these to a 1 knit 1 purl as well, and this one as well. So continue knitting, and I will meet you further on. This is how much I have knit so far. So we're going to be starting our new knit 1 purl 1 on these both sides. Okay, just wanted to show you how it looks like so far. Okay, I think I was mentioning earlier, and my memory card died on me, so I saw this pattern, this baby blanket, and I will put a picture here on Facebook after I record this. She was demonstrating how she knitted, but she couldn't tape it, so I'm doing on behalf of her. This was 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years ago, and I saw a recent one, another Facebook, 2 years who was trying to explain how she did it, but it was confusing. It's really hard to explain. So I thought to myself, let me knit it. So I'm knitting this baby blanket as with you guys. This is my first baby blanket, and I really enjoy it. I like the border edges as you go, so you don't have to worry about it. And I choose the cream color. It can be for both gender, boy and a girl. Okay, so I'm here. We did 11 stitches, remember? So we're going to be starting doing 11 stitches here. And I think I have 14 stitches or 13. 14, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we need 11. So 2, 4, 5, 3. And then we're going to do a yarn over, so that would be 4. Okay. I think knitted about a total of 11 rows or 12 rows if you count them. So you have to have plenty of stitches on your, when you're increasing, after you're increasing you have to have plenty of stitches, 11, to create the one knit, one purl. And and if you look, this is how it looks like. It looks like the, I think that's how you pronounce it, Barocco stitch. Yeah, this is one of the way you can knit the Barocco stitch instead of going knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together. Okay, so let's start on this one. So we're gonna bind off the 4 stitches. So 1, then we're gonna bind on again, cast on again. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just realized if you don't want to do these edges, you don't have to. You can just start in the middle and continue knitting the blanket. Okay, so we're gonna, one more time I'll be showing you this, and I'll be skipping further. So 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. And this is the right side of the work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we should have 11 here. Don't count this one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, we don't have 11. I think I counted this one earlier. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And just move this one, so we should have 2, and then the yarn over would be the 3. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to knit this one, purl that one, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and then knit, and then purl the last stitch. So for the 11 stitches we're going to just do the Garter stitch, so we're going to be knitting all the way, the 11 stitches, nothing else to be done to create that square. So we're back to doing this part. So knit, 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 and this is the last stitch. So you just want to double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay. So here we're going to do purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and then purl. Okay, so 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. 3. How come we have 3 here? Just want to double. There's supposed to be 2. Oh, I better double count again. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Looks like we have an extra stitch. It happens. It happens. Must have done something. Well, just continue knitting. So 1, 2. So we yarn over. Yeah. So continue knitting. I'm just trying to figure out why there's 3 stitches instead of 2. Why is there extra stitch? So I will figure it out later and I'll fix that. So continue knitting another 11, 12 rows. Just try to figure out, you need to have 11 stitches on this side and plus 2 more. Maybe I did something wrong here. That's why there's 2 stitches. Should be. Yeah. Okay, so continue knitting another 11 to 12 rows. Try to have enough 11 stitches on the end here and 2 more extra to create the square. And for here, we just continue knitting as I showed you how we did it here. Just a repeat. So I'll meet you until how big you want your blanket to be. I usually crochet my blankets 32 by 32 for a newborn baby. And I'll meet you where we start to decrease, to decrease. So the square becomes so it becomes a square. So I'll meet you up there. Okay. Okay, so I have knitted all the way. Doesn't this look nice? It is very time consuming because we are increasing, and the more you increase, the bigger the blanket is becoming. So this is how it looks like. So this is one corner. And what I did is I started to decrease. I'll show you just wanted to show you before. So this, as you can see, here is the corner. I'm just going to steam this with my iron, and I'll show you. Because of the yarn, I am assuming that's why it's curling. But when you steam it, I'm sure it's going to flatten. Shouldn't be like this. I'm assuming it's the yarn because every yarn is different. So this is the corner. So I started to decrease. I increased all the way here. And when it's become half, I started to decrease. I measured it with my measuring tape. Like I said, I work with 32 inches for a baby blanket, and I don't want it bigger than that. My camera. Okay, so if we hold it from here, well, it was supposed to be 32, but it shrinked. These stitches shrinks, pulls the stitches. So It is smaller than 32 inches, I guess. I tried to measure it while I was knitting, but it looks like it didn't work. So it's a total of 30 inches. But when we put the steam, I'm sure it's gonna get bigger. Not 2 inches, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna show you how to steam. Just press the iron and give some pressure. So when we decrease, I knit 2 stitches together from here and from the other corner here, and that's how we decrease, we increase, and it's going to become, so this is the half of the blanket. It's gonna go square. You can make it a rectangle if you want. Yeah, there's so many ways to knit. Just use your imagination and knit. I really like how it turned out. I'm thinking of making a knitting with pink. Yeah. And that's the most part I like about it. It's versatile. See, both ways. That's what I love about it. So I'm just going to take it to my basement, to my laundry room, and I'm just going to steam it, just a little pressure to put these edges same color as my bedspread. Okay, so I'll just show you and we'll see. I love it how it's turning out. Yeah. Okay, so we're in our basement in my laundry room. So I had my iron here. So I'm just going to steam it a little bit, and just to give you an idea that these curls should go away. So just a pressure. This is where we started here. Just pull it a little bit. Yeah. Just give that. I'm not ironing. I'm not ironing at all. I'm just giving some little bit my sorry about that. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, so just to give you an idea how it looks like. See? Just need to give some iron. Just don't put the iron on top of it. Well, the yarn says washable and dryable, but still it's handmade, right? It's not the same thing. So I'll continue. See how it looks? I love it. You can even, instead of doing 5 stitches, chains, you can do 10. You can have it longer. So this is how it looks like. So I'll continue giving a little bit steam here. See, that's why I don't like to put the iron on top, because then it gets flat. I don't like that. I like that bulky look, that nice hand knit look. So I'll continue and show you later how it looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like after giving some steam. Looks way better. Okay, so I just wanted to go over when we started to increase, and then let's say if you want to knit it for 90 inches. So you knit all the way 90 inches from one corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I knitted 6, and when I came to my desired length, I knitted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the 7th I knitted the half, and I started to decrease. As you can see, 1 stitch, instead of yarning over, we're just knitting 2 stitches together. And I'll show you how we're doing it, and then you can see the corner. It's becoming a corner and it's decreasing, so it's going to go this way, the opposite way, symmetric what we knitted. Okay, so I'm going to measure this one after giving, yeah, definitely after giving a little bit steam. I didn't even iron it that hard. Now it's 235 inches. So it did get bigger, and I didn't even steam the middle of this part, just the edges. Okay, so I'll come back. I started here, and I'll meet you over there to show you the decreases. A lot of knitting, but it looks gorgeous. Okay, so I'm almost at the edge, as you can see. I'm going to be knitting. This is how it looks like at the back. So this is the 5 stitches that we knit. It has to be a garter stitch. So when you knit 2 sides, it becomes the purl. Okay, so I'm just gonna bind off as I showed before, just a regular 2 knit. This is how I bind off. I don't want it tight. This is how, when you bind off like this, it is stretchy, and not that stretchy, but it is stretchy than the other bind off methods. Okay, so I just double check, and 1 more to go. And I cast on another 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I said earlier, if you want these longer, you can cast on as many as you want, even up to 10. Maybe on my next blanket I will cast on 7, maybe 2 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is how I bind off and decrease. This is how I decrease. You can either do it the yarn on the front, or you can do it a yarn on the back. So I started binding decreasing yarn on the front, and when you look at the back, you can see the V's. So this is how it's decreasing, and it's automatically changes. Okay, so after I finish the blanket, I'm going to be chaining, and I'm going to go through these holes here. Then make flowers on the, you don't have to do it, but I want to do it. It looks nice for a baby blanket. So you just continue knitting the way you knit. Just the regulars. This has to be a garter stitch, as like this. So I started doing the knit stitch. And you just do your regular pattern as I showed previously. Like this. So continue knitting as I will show you at the end when we're decreasing, trying to create. My dog got excited. If you heard her. Okay, so continue knitting. She's so funny. Top, 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 top. Come here. Get. Get. I don't know. She's gone. Get top, top. She's gone. Okay, she's so cute. She's 12. Okay, so continue knitting, and I'll meet you at the end where we're going to be decreasing all the way. it's just symmetric, that as we're doing here. It's going to be the symmetric when we're decreasing. So I'll meet you at the other corner when we're doing this. So continue knitting as long as at the end I will show you how to. Remember, we started with 2 chains and we knitted this part. So I will be showing you that part when we're all the way to the corner decreased. Okay, so I am at the last end of my row, almost finished. The blanket. This blanket did take a while. It took me 7 days to knit it, non-stop, knitting long hours. Couldn't post this tutorial on Friday, so hopefully I'll try to post this as soon as possible after I'm done. So this 5 stitches, I'm just going to bind off those 5 stitches as we always did. This is going to be as we started from the beginning. Same method but opposite. So we're decreasing and we're on the last, ending the blanket. Okay, so 5. Here we go. I'm going to bind off this one as well because we're done with those 5 stitches on the sides. Okay, so I'm just going to knit these remaining stitches and then I'm going to knit all the way to the end. And I'm going to turn my work and bind off those 5 stitches. As I said earlier, you can, I did 5 stitches, you can do up to 10, 20, it's your preference. Like I said, this is my first blanket that I have knitted, but I would increase this longer to give that nice look. But it's the same method that you knit. Okay, so knit these 2. So the 5 stitches are done and we're decreasing as we did. So knit these 2 stitches and we're going to knit, I think it was 8 rows we did. Oh, not bind up. So we're going to knit these 2 stitches as we did from the beginning to create this same length of the sides. So 1, 2, 3, row 3, row 5. It's going to twist a bit. So we'll try to untwist. 5. Now we're on the 6th row. Just be sure to measure, it's not enough. You can even start this with 3 if you want it wider, but I don't want it wider. It looks bulky. I tried it, I didn't like it when I first started it. So it was a 7. Let's measure. Maybe 1 more row. Yeah, measure so it can be equal. And I think this would be it. Yeah, this would be enough. So just bind off these 2 stitches. Or yarn. And we're done. Yeah. Done the blanket. Another. Secure it tightly. I don't like leaving long tails. You cut it anyway, so I'm just going to cut it from here And I do have a bit yarn left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be chaining. I'm going to make a flower here, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just going to weave these nice and secure. Don't want any yarn sticking out. I hate it. Just show you how much yarn I have left. I have this. I have plenty of left. I can even knit a baby blanket, baby cardigan with this left. I put it in a bag because it was all over the place. So I have about this much yarn. I try to, yeah. So I have, I'm gonna weigh and see how much I have left. Okay, I'm gonna make a flower, so it's gonna be a daisy stitch. It's just, if you don't know how to crochet, you can just skip this, but if you know how to crochet to make your blanket girly, if you don't, you can just leave it the way it is. It is gorgeous as it can be. So I'm not chaining or doing anything, so this would be considered as a single stitch, and I'm going to be making a total of 4 double crochets, and there's going to be a total of 4 petals, so 3 and 4, and make a single stitch, another 4, so this is going to be like a ribbon. Like a ribbon. That's all to it. With the chain's going to be a ribbon around 3 and 4. Make a single crochet. And 2 more to go. So 4 double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4. Single crochet, and again. Four more double crochet. And after this, we're just going to be chaining as long as you want around the blanket. I don't want more. 2, 3, and 4. And then pull this so your hole is tiny as possible. Make a single stitch and tighten it, and just chain. Just chain like this all the way. So chain as long so it can go around the blanket, and I'll show you. Okay, so continue chaining like this. So this would be on the corner. This, so weave this end. Okay, so I have chained, and the yarn came out this way, so that's okay. That's good, because I don't know, I might need more yarn, or maybe this would be okay, the chains that I did. So just wanted to point out, this is where I put my needles, or you can put it in a pill cover. This This is where I put my needle savers, or I don't know what you call them, just to give you a tip. You can put your needles there too. I have so many, and I pulled up this one. This is the biggest. Just wanted to show you a trick. Probably you guys already know, but if you don't know, yeah, those are expensive. I think I paid like $5 Canadian. Here we go. So okay, so I chained all the way when I saw the yarn was breaked. So we crocheted the, I called this the daisy stitch. It's just a 4-petal flower. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my blanket, and I'm going to start at one corner. I don't know what if we started from here or not. It's one of the corners. Yeah. So just trying to find where I started from. I think this was the one. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is the stitch, 2 stitches that we started from, and I'm just going to go like this. One, skip one, go under, skip one, go under. It's like putting a, you don't have to do this, but I want to. And this way these holes would be covered, and it looks pretty. Yeah, so you just pull. Like this. I didn't measure anything. I just chained. See, even this looks nice, especially with the flower. It's going to look cute. So I'm pulling. Okay. So here is the flower. Doesn't this look nice? And I'm just going to tie it to I'm going to make another flower, another daisy. And then, so just continue going like this all the way around the edges to create a one-of-a-kind of a blanket to give to your loved one, or your baby can use it, or your granddaughter can use it, friend, co-worker, and they would know that you made with love. Or you can even make a heart instead of a flower. You can make a heart. Just giving you some ideas. So continue going all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end to do the to tie it up. Yeah, this is going to be nice. Cute. Okay, so I unravel, or a frog, I don't know how you say it. I frogged the flower, and I came back and I just let it go so I can put the needle on the yarn. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab where I left. It's time consuming, it is, but it's the end results is tasteful. Think about that. Okay, so I left it here, so I'm going jumping this, and I'm going between, and this is all you do. Go between, jump. It's like ribboning the edge. I don't know if you ever did it, but this is how you, and you pull all the way. Pull, and then loosely, because we don't want it tight, and you just pull just like this. So continue all the way down, and I showed you how to crochet the flower. If you don't want to do this step, you can, like I said, you can skip it. It's up to you. And I hope you like this tutorial. It was time consuming. It took me over a week, well, a week. I think I started on Friday. And today is, what is today? July the 7th. So Friday I will do my video thing, save it on my laptop, and then that takes a couple of hours to save. And then I'm going to upload or download on the YouTube. That will take another several hours, and then you will be watching it hopefully Saturday or when you see it. Okay, so I will continue making one-of-a-kind tutorials, and please subscribe, share my videos with your family and friends. It helps. The more views I get, the better. And happy knitting! Have a great day. Bye-bye.